Hey folks, this is going to be super quick. I just wanted to come on and say thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I don't know where you're coming from, but thank you so very much. A lot of nice, kind comments, so I appreciate that. I also want to say that at work, they like cucumbers and they wanted to plant some cucumber plants, right? No garden experience, so I'm like, well, I can help with that. So there's no place for anything in the ground, but they've got this big old pine stump. And I'm like, well, we can put a container on top of that stump. I'll bring in the container. I'll bring in some of my best compost, my best soil, my seeds, and we'll plant them. We'll plant some cucumbers right there on the back lawn. Doesn't get the best light. It gets about 4 to 6 hours of morning sun. But it's a good spot. It's a good spot. Doesn't get in the way of the mower or anything. So those were planted. They sprouted super fast. And I said, all I ask is you all keep them watered and you eat them. Don't let them go to waste. That wasn't a problem. So since then, I only work weekends. Every weekend I come in, they're looking pretty sad. They haven't been watered. So last week was a pretty warm week. We haven't had any rain. The weekend before that, I watered it pretty heavily, but it is a pot, right? It's just a plastic pot that you get a tree in or a plant in, right? And so it's going to dry up really fast. So I stressed again. I said, make sure those cucumber plants are watered. Yep. Really like cucumbers. I can't wait till we get cucumbers. I said, all right, you got to keep them watered. Well, this is what the cucumber plants look like when I got to work Saturday. I had never seen cucumbers look that bad and recover. In my experience, first of all, I don't allow them to wilt like that, right? So they hadn't been watered. They were in the sun. It was very hot, very humid, and it was in a pot, so it's going to dry out pretty fast. Anyway, so they weren't watered. So I'm like, okay, well, they're not going to get any cucumbers. And I did a heavy sigh, and I'm like, it didn't take that much to plant it. But it was my pot, and it was some of my best soil, and it was my seeds, and I'm the one that planted it because everybody said they wanted cucumbers to grow out back. So I was a little let down, quite a lot let down. I'm like, it's 10 steps. It's 10 steps. How come people can't walk 10 steps to water some cucumber plants? Because they want cucumbers. All they have to do is water it and pick the cucumbers. That's all they have to do. So I gave it about 2 gallons of water. Well, I gave it a gallon of water and it just went right straight down through because the pot was so light and so dry. So I found a shoe rack type thing. It's for winter boots and stuff. And I found that and I put it under the pot so it'll help catch the water. And I gave it another gallon. And it came back. This is what it looked like. It took a day to get back to where it was. It took a day to have it looking like this. So I'm surprised it even came back. I think 3 or 4 leaves were lost. A lot of the blossoms had dropped off. And so I asked them, I said, how come the cucumber plants weren't watered? Oh, I forgot. So some people aren't gardeners. Some people just don't pay attention. Some people say, well, if you plant it, then yeah, you water it. You pick the cucumbers and we'll eat the cucumbers. That's not how it works. That wasn't the deal, right? That wasn't the deal. So some people are gardeners. Some people pay attention. Some people appreciate. Some people could care less about a garden, but they want everybody else's hard work, right? That's not how it works. That's not how it works in my world anyway. So I left a message. I let it be known before. Mosquitoes are horrible. I let it be known that I won't be doing this again. If no one's gonna be helping out, then I'm not gonna waste my time and all my supplies just because somebody can't walk 10 steps to put a cup of water in, right? Right? That's just, it's becoming a spoon-fed nation, folks. It really is. I just want it. I deserve it. You give it to me. You do all the work, and I'll reap all the benefits. I'll eat it. If you grow it, or if you buy it, you prepare it, you take care of it, you cook it, and all they have to do is eat it, right? Right? I don't know, folks. Sometimes I offer too much, and sometimes they like vegetables. I want them to have some vegetables. I just do it because I want to. But when I see it go to waste, I brought in a bunch of Swiss chard and some beet greens because everybody loves Swiss chard and beet greens. They were all clean, picked, cleaned. All they had to do was cook it, come in the next week, and they were still sitting there in the bag, right? Still sitting there in the refrigerator, untouched. So I blanched them and put them in freezer bags and threw them in the freezer. They will probably sit there. They'll probably sit there until I cook them, right? So it's not a spoon-fed nation in my book. You have to earn, and you have to do something for yourself, folks. So I'm learning quite a few valuable lessons. And I'm not offering anymore. I'm just not offering anymore. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it's going to be from now on. Right? Bye-bye.